Regardless of what you want to achieve, consistently putting time and effort into what you want to improve is necessary to get the changes that you want. Without consistency, you can have the best teachers, have the best method, but you'll never end up getting those positive changes or progress. In today's video, I'm going to go over 5 different tools that you can use to maintain consistency, even and especially when the days are rough. Preparation. We want to prepare during the calm for the storm ahead. When days are rough, it's very easy to cut out the things that we actually want to improve because things are very busy. So before we actually get to that busy day, that busy activity, we can prepare beforehand. This can mean preparing meals before if you're on a certain diet. This can mean preparing the space. If you need to use the floor, for example, making sure it's nice and clean so that when you wake up in the morning, it's ready to use. This can also be packing your bags with any necessary equipment that you're going to use in the next day so it's already ready to go. We want the activation energy, the energy needed to get started, to be as low as possible, especially when days are busy and difficult. Environment. Where we practice can greatly influence how we practice. The people that I know that are the most consistent with their practice can practice anywhere. In the airport, in hotel rooms, on vacation, when the family's over, during holidays. This is because they are constantly changing environments and able to adapt their practice to the environment that they're in. Some spaces are more conducive to distractions, such as in the home, while others can help us focus more on the practice. So on days where you have trouble beginning, it can be good to change where you're practicing. This can be from your home to a gym. This can be from your gym to outdoors. This can be from a place with a lot of people to a place with less people, or vice versa. And often just the action of going to a new space can already start the snowball rolling and allow you to move into the session. And this is a good segue into the third tool. Momentum. When we're having a difficult day, a busy day, a 1-hour session can feel like an impossibility. But if we can look at it as a different perspective, not finishing the full thing necessarily, but just getting started and putting work in, this can mean just doing the warm-up, this can mean just doing one set. For example, you have 15 minutes to practice, but you have an hour-long session. Most people in this situation would just skip the entire session, do it tomorrow, do it next week, without realizing that within 15 minutes you can do so much, even if that's just the warm-up, even if that's just setting up the exercise equipment. And oftentimes, I'm just speaking from my own experience, after I've done that 15 minutes and I go do my obligation, sometimes that extra 45 minutes or another 15 minutes opens up later in the day out of nowhere. And then I can maybe even finish the session that day, or at least get another 5 minutes in. Community. A solo practice is something that needs to be developed, but as does work in a community, work with others, work with partners. A partner and partners can help keep us accountable. These partners can be everyone and anyone. Friends, loved ones, family, even animals can help bringing them to the session to motivate us. If you don't have a community, if you don't have partners, try practicing outside where people normally pass by. You might be surprised where people start to ask questions, gain curiosity, and then they can even join the practice from being outside of it. Which brings me to the 5th and final tool, curiosity. The bodies are amazing. The more I learn, the more curious I become. But if I stop my learning, my curiosity starts to fade. And with this fading curiosity comes a fading practice. We need to keep up this curiosity into our bodies, into our practice, and we can do this by asking questions such as how, why do I do this? How is it done? What is it helping? And investigating these questions. And this can build our curiosity, build our understanding, and keep our practice going long term. In today's video, I want to give you a tool that you can use to build curiosity. So I said you can ask questions, and these can be verbal questions such as how or why, but these can also be questions with our body, movement questions, movement riddles. So I'm going to give you 2 riddles today. One is an easier riddle, and the second one is a harder riddle. They're both going to have kind of the same rules, and your job is to figure out this riddle and see if you can solve it. If you do solve it, follow me on Instagram, post a clip of you solving this riddle, and I'll let you know if you did it correctly or not, and give you some feedback as well. Just the investigation, even if you never finish the riddle, will already start to build this curiosity. For this first riddle, you'll need your body and you'll need a wall. So let's go to the wall. The rules are very simple. 2 hands on the wall, 1 foot on the wall. The hands and the foot cannot leave the wall, but they can move around the wall, as can the foot. From this starting position, your body needs to rotate 360 degrees and come back to the same position again. Again, your hands and feet cannot leave the wall, but they can slide up and down. My heel can even touch the floor if it needs to. My hands can technically touch the floor as well, but they still have to be in contact with the wall. I can even lift the fingers, I can lift the palm, but something has to be in contact. I can put my whole foot on, I can put my toes on, I can put the side, I can put the heel, but not my ankle and not my wrist. So this is the first easy riddle. Can you solve it going clockwise? Can you solve it going counterclockwise? And then can you do it on the other side? Now our second riddle is the more difficult riddle. It is the same exact rules, the same exact riddle as the wall, but now we do it on the floor. So I have 3 points of contact, 2 hands and 1 foot. I can rotate, but I cannot lift the hand or the foot off of the ground. I have to rotate my body 360 degrees and stay in this position. My left leg cannot touch the ground. It needs to stay in the air. It can, of course, assist me with balance and things, but it cannot touch the ground. This is the harder one. Try the easier one first, and then come here. See if you can figure it out. There are many different answers to both of these. Some people will maybe use a strength answer, some people a mobility answer, some people a organization and smart answer. All of these are great, and all of these will start to build your curiosity. These are 5 tools that you can use to help develop consistency. And as I said, as someone getting into any type of practice, this is very important to develop. I chose these 5 because they're not just connected to physical practice, but anything. You want to learn music, you want to learn to draw, you want to do some sort of habit throughout your day, you can apply these tools to do them. If you're interested in developing a consistent practice under my guidance, email me at info@taowaymove.com for online coaching. We go over a lot of different material for a general practice. Because of the diversity that it gives, it allows anyone to come in here as long as you have the time, the commitment, the effort to put in. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you for watching. That's the session.
Forgot about a cat. Dumb. 扔掉。